Hey guys, Jed for Aussie Hunting, Fishing, Camping. This video is just a compilation of most of the trapping I've been doing in the last month, mostly around my home property here. Cats, dogs, pigs. Not always successful. There's been a few failures, but got quite a few pests eradicated over the last month, so just thought I'd put the footage together into a video, keep you entertained. I've got two other dingo trapping escapades out on other properties still ongoing at the moment, so hopefully I'll have another couple of videos from them in the upcoming weeks. But for now, this is mostly just the stuff I've been doing on my home property here. So if you enjoy it, please like, subscribe, comment on the videos. I appreciate all that. It goes a long way to getting my videos higher up in people's feeds. Had a feral cat down here around the house the last few nights. We've got this trap just 50 metres from the house here, but it must have been trapped before, or it's smarter than I give cats credit for. It's stolen the bait out of this trap twice now. I think it must be able to step over the top of that little, it's only 6 inches long, that trigger. So I'm going to put this board in there halfway up that trigger, and hopefully that'll be too far for it to step over. If it steps on this board, it'll still put pressure on that trigger, set it off. That's the plan anyway. I'll put some more of these sticks and leaves and stuff over the board to disguise it a bit, but yeah, it's been going into the trap the last 2 nights, no worries, but it's just been stealing the bait and getting out, so I'm going to try this for something different. This is my old homemade cat trap. It's got a bit of a hair trigger. It's hard to get this little lip exactly bent right, but it's doing all right at the moment. It's not setting off just with the weight of the trigger, so hopefully it'll stay there until something steps on it. Cat's been stealing the bait out of the other trap, the bought one that I've got, so I think the trigger system on it might be a bit too short. It might be stepping over it without stepping on it. So I'm going to give both of them a go tonight. The cat obviously doesn't seem worried about going into a trap, so see if we can get it in one of them. This bloody thing just doesn't learn. Caught my cat again. How many times have you been in this trap? Dog's gonna chase you when I let you out. Oh well. Success. Gotcha, you bastard. Settle down. Oh, got him finally. Just setting up a pig trap down here at my place. Just up a couple 100 metres up that way. I've been trying to trap some dingoes. Got one just recently, but before I did, there was a pig coming in. I wouldn't have known what it was. It was setting off the trap and getting out, but I had a trail camera there so I could see what it was, and yeah, looked like a decent sized boar on the camera there, setting off the foot traps for the dogs, just eating dead wallaby. So I've got my little pig trap here. I've set up the bait I've got in it is just mixed grain that we get for the chooks, and I've soaked it in used cooking oil from the cafe in town. Got about 100 litres of that off him, and I just soak this stuff overnight, and then it seems to do the trick. Pigs love it. So I've got some in the cage obviously, and then a trail of it leading up across this road, and then there seemed to be a bit of fresh digging down there near the ute, so I put a little bit across the road and back up, leading up to here as well, just cover a bit of an area. I think he lives in the cypress forest, which is a couple of 100 metres down that way. There's a fair bit more digging up there, but I couldn't see anything fresh, and this is just closer for me to check. So that's downwind anyway. He'll soon come through and sniff it out if he's in the area still. Sometimes they'll just go straight in the trap. Sometimes you've got to feed them outside for a bit before they'll get used to it and work up the courage to go in. It's a pretty simple mechanism. It's just a wire rope tied onto that platform up over the bar onto this trigger stick that holds the gate up. As soon as that gets pulled, when he steps on it, door drops and they're stuck. Caught quite a few pigs. I got 6 pigs in that little trap in one hit one time, but that's the best I've done. But sometimes you'll sit it there for a few months and not get anything. There's been a few places I've had where I had it there for over a month and they would only ever eat the bait outside the trap and wouldn't go in. Don't know whether they'd had experience with seeing other members of their mob trapped before or knew what traps were or what, but yeah, sometimes you just can't get them. I've just started watching a new guy on YouTube, Tombstone Trapping. He seems to be very good at it. Yeah, he's obviously got better gear than me. That's just an old cage I found on a mate's farm and turned into a trap. But I do have another bigger, better setup up in my mate's cane block where I do a bit of shooting, so might be doing a few more videos with trapping pigs as well. At the moment it's all flattened and there's no cane there, so not much use setting the trap, but when they do start coming back in, I will be using that. Haven't had any luck with this trap. Pretty sure it's the scrub turkeys or other birds that have been eating this grain on the outside. Still bits of it there, but haven't seen anything that I would call a pig digging. Maybe a bandicoot or something's been in there, but anyway, most of this grain from outside is gone, but I don't believe it's that pig, so I'm gonna chuck another bucket full out here. I'm pretty sure he's still around because it was only a week before I set this trap that he took another wallaby that I was trapping dingoes with. So, but yeah, this has been here over a week now. No sign of him, so I'll just put some fresh bait out. That should do the trick if he's around. Well, it's been a couple of weeks now with no action on this pig trap, and I think it's birds eating all the grain on the outside. A fair bit of stuff I put here a couple of days ago is gone already as well. But the pig that I'm chasing, there's only one pig here that I know of. He's been coming in to dingo sets that I've had further up that way on the property trying to catch dingoes. He's been coming in for rotten animals, dead animals, so I'm just going to try a bit of this Caven's Predator Bait Plus. It smells like a mixture of fish and other decaying animals, so hopefully that'll at least get him in here. I think if he does come into the area, he will eat that grain and go into the trap for that. But I'm just gonna chuck a teaspoon of it on the trigger board there in the trap, and hopefully that'll be enough of a smell to, that is rotten, that stuff, to get him coming in. So this little trap of mine has done no good. It's been here for about a month now, and haven't managed to trap this pig. It did get set off at one stage early on after about a week. I think that might have been him, and he's just a bit too big. If his back was still under the door when he set off the trigger, then he could have just reversed out. There was nothing in it when it got set off, so either it was him and he was big enough to reverse back out, or it was something heavy enough to set off the trigger but small enough to get out through the bars. I'm not really sure, but I'd say probably the first one. Way to get around that, I think I might chop that trigger platform down into half, so he's got to get further in before he can set off the trigger. But anyway, for the moment I just wanted to show you a couple of different types of traps. This one with the trigger platform rather than the other two I've got with the trigger stick, which gets pushed up as they go under it to get at the bait. Both of them work pretty well. Yeah, I've had pretty good success with both traps, but this one here, I'm just targeting one particular pig, and I don't think I'm going to get him, so I might take it away. Bit out of breath. I'm just at home here. Those other three dogs that I've been chasing for the last couple of months come trotting down the road. Grabbed the 300 and went out and got two of them. There's one just out near the road here. The other one came through into my property and I shot it over there. One got away down near the neighbours. This just out the front of my house here. Got this first one. $300 to the back of the head, mate. How do you like that? This other one I think was a Texas heart shot. It was running away. I think I got him straight up the freckle from about 300 metres down that way. It might have been a little bit low. Anyway. Dingo cross pity looking things. Oh, that's two more down. Sorry, I missed the shooting there. It was I knew I didn't have long. They weren't going to stay out in the open for very long. They were already running back towards those pawpaws by the time I got out there, so just ran in, got the gun, got the ammo, and got there just in time. The other one went back past my neighbour's place and got away, but he's on his own now. I got one black one that was in the previous video, and then these two, and there was just a bunch of four, so well, that's a fairly solid trap. A heap of bananas in there for bait and some grain. Interesting. Few star pickets to brace it. Same sort of trigger mechanism as Shane's one, just a stick with some little notches cut into it. Oh, spring-loaded door. Well, don't think the bananas and grain are gonna smell real well, so I'll just drop that wallaby off here, and hopefully that will bring them in from a bit further out. Once they get here, they should see the bait. Alright, interested to see how that goes. Just heading out this morning. The neighbour of the place where we got Shane's trap set up, he got a trap in from the DPI, and he got three in there last night. He doesn't have a gun licence, so he wants me to come out and shoot them for him. So on my way out to do that at the moment. I'm not sure how big they are. We'll have a look. Hey, there's still one outside the trap.
There's one little one, eh?
Oh,
I know about that all, eh? I think there might be another one. See anything? He was on the bottom side, that's where he was, but he could be any fucking thing there. No, he's not a couple inches.
Switched over to little 357. Alright, that'll get the old eardrums ringing. Oh, I'm going to grab one of these to set up for a dingo bait at another property on that, just back along the road actually. But so I'll take one, we'll leave the other two in there. I'll set them up back in this corner. This is a trap from the DPI, the government department in Queensland. It's a similar setup to Shane's trap actually. They just use a stick with two notches cut in it to hold the door open, springs to close it up when they go in and bump the stick. So I'll chuck one of these over in that corner. Just put this down. Alright, that's the old one. The one he got a couple of weeks ago. That's what they came in for, these three. So yeah, they've been coming in for just rotten old pig. Not very appetising, but they are pigs. They'll eat anything. Alright, we'll leave those two in there to rebait it. Apparently the neighbour down that side's had his lawn being dug up by pigs again, so they must just be coming in. It's been a couple of weeks since we chased them out with the dogs next door over here, and they haven't been back. It's probably nearly 3 weeks now, I think, they haven't been back. But looks like they're finally coming back in, so might go and rebait my trap, well, Shane's trap next door as well, and see how that works out. Just while I'm using this, I'll show you how ridiculous the Australian gun laws are. There's an Alpha Proj 357. It's called a revolving rifle. It's 75 centimetres long, so it's classified as a Category B firearm in Australia, which is just a centerfire rifle. If they make exactly the same thing in a 357 pistol, which is just cut off here, basically just a different grip on the gun. It's a 12-inch barrel 357 revolver, and that is a Category H. And I do have a handgun license, so I could get that as well. But if I was to have that, exactly the same gun without this extra bit of wood on the back, I would not be allowed to use it in this situation, you're only ever allowed to use a handgun at the pistol range in Australia. There's no hunting application for it. You're not legally allowed to use them for hunting or even putting down animals in a trap like that. That would be illegal. That's how ridiculous our laws are here. Just out here at Tonchi's with the DPI trap. He's got another 7 last night. I was busy at work on the farm, so I couldn't get out here to put him down for him. He got someone else to come out and shoot him this morning, but yeah, 7 in the one set, and that was just with the other pigs. Two of the last lot were in there as bait. So yeah, not a bad effort. It's a pretty good trap, this one. So I'm going to grab a couple of them for some dingo trapping that I'm doing at the moment, use them for bait for that, and reset the trap here. See if we can get some more. Yeah, just out here on my block again. I just noticed this morning something's been in and dragged this pig a couple of metres over. It's been sitting there for months and nothing's touched it since that last dog I trapped that broke the wire and took off with the trap. So something's come back in and been dragging it around, so I'm going to set up another trap. I'm going to put it down on the other side of this fence here so I don't catch this bugger. We come past here every day a couple of times, and he will go over and sniff it, and yeah, if I've got a trap set up there, he's going to get caught. So I'll set it on the other side of this fence, just 20 or 30 metres down here, and I think I'm going to use some coyote urine as a lure down there. If they're coming into that pig, they're going to be close enough that this should do the trick. They'll go over for a sniff at least and see what it is. So anyway, it's a learning experience. I haven't used it before. I've just got it in the mail, so I'm just starting to use it on a few sets today. Shall see if it does any good. Alright, so I've learnt my lesson with the wire on the traps. So I've got it with a chain now, with a D-shackle. Yeah, I don't see anything being able to pull that off. So I'll put some urine on that tree, bury that chain and everything, cover it all up. Urine on that tree. Trap is right here. I'm back here on my place. Something's definitely been coming in every night and dragging this big old pig carcass around. I found half his spine up around the corner around the orchard there. So it's not the pig, because it wouldn't be taking it up and hiding up there. It would have just eaten it where it was. So it's definitely a dog of some sort coming in. I don't have a camera here at the moment. They're all out on other places, so I don't know for sure what it is, but I got a bunch of little pigs with the thermal early this morning, so I've tied one of them to the post and I've moved this trap. There's nothing happened with the coyote urine there for the last, I think it's been 3 nights now. Even though whatever it is, the dog's been coming in and dragging this around and chewing it, he hasn't gone anywhere near that coyote urine down there. So I brought it up. I'm going to put the trap on this side. I've just sort of blocked off that side with the carcass of that old pig. So if he wants to come around and have a sniff at this, he's going to come in from this side. I'll bury it chain right back up to the post, and hopefully that'll get him. Been a pretty busy morning. It's after lunch and I'm just now getting time to come down and check this trap I put in yesterday down where that big old pig carcass is. Put in that little baby pig that I shot yesterday. Doesn't seem to be anything there. A bit surprised. It was been in every day before now. Hold on, what is that? That is a dog. What have I got? I don't know if that's a wild one or not. Doesn't have a collar. It's not one of my neighbours. He's been, yeah, mangy looking bloody ribbed thing. Yep, sorry mate. Jeez, I've never seen that one around before. Another different breed. Half-breed looking thing. Not even any dingo in that one, I don't think. Probably a pig dog cross. Well, that's 3 down in the last week here on my place. Slowly getting rid of them. Alright, just come out to set this trap. I've just got corn soaked in used cooking oil from the cafe. Just put a heap of it out around here so they can get a bit of a taste for it before they hopefully work up the courage to go into the trap. There's some leading all the way around and a big container of it there in the corner where they've got to go through past this trigger stick. It's only sort of maybe a 40 kilo pig would be tall enough to push that up. It's just got a little notch cut in here so it sits on that bar. Same thing on the other end, holding that. When they walk underneath it and push it up, this spring is going to pull that door closed. That's the plan anyway. That's how Shane reckons he does it. I forgot to bring the trail camera, so I'll bring that out this afternoon. We'll set it up on that tree there so I can see if they're coming in and see how long it takes them to find this. The wind comes from this direction, so this scent should blow all through this paddock. Shouldn't take them long to find it, I wouldn't reckon. Just out here checking this pig trap. Something's cleaned up all the bait from outside right over to where I put about a 20-metre trail of it over here. Everything outside and even just inside the door has been cleaned up. Nothing taken from the actual bait container inside the traps. I don't know if it's just birds or if it's pigs, but they're a bit trap shy. Anyway, I've got another bucket full of grain soaked in cooking oil here, so I'll tip that out around the place and see. I'm not seeing any digging evidence around outside, so I doubt it's pigs so far, but we'll put some more bait out, see what happens. Well, in typical Murphy's Law fashion, this trap was sitting here for a month and did nothing, and the first weekend I happened to go out camping, he got 3 pigs in it, so yeah, he had to get someone else in to shoot them, so I can't show you how big they were, but yeah, they've obviously dug up the base of the trap. If you leave them in there too long, because this has got no base on it, they'll just dig their way out, so had to get someone else to come in and get rid of them. Yeah, I just came out here this morning to rebait it and reset it, so we'll leave it, keep going. The DPI trap next door has been taken away now. He hasn't seen any more pigs over there since that last 7 or whatever it was that he got, so this trap is just on the neighbouring property to that. So the river runs through down there, that's where a fair few of them come from, and this guy's been having his lawn dug up by pigs some nights, that's why I put it here. I'm not sure. Yeah, they must have taken them with them, whoever came in to shoot these pigs. Don't know how big they were. So we'll leave the trap here, see if we can get some more.